is Tracy Lene Muhammad, and I wanted to share some downloads, some thoughts that come through me when I meditate, and so I would like a few minutes of your very valuable, your very precious time. As we are ending 2020, I hear a lot of people very excited because 2020 definitely presented the biggest challenge of my 52 years of living on the planet. But it also provided the biggest opportunities for me to be grateful. I don't like making my blessings off other people's misfortunes, but I do like to look at my life objectively and determine when I'm just whining or when it is definitely something that I have a right to be hurt or upset about. And what I found is I have very few things to be justifiably upset about, and most of the time I'm just whining. When I look at that, I recognize that I still had ego work to do, because whining is my ego telling me that I deserve something that I have either not prepared myself for, I'm not qualified for as of yet, or I flat out don't need. I was talking to one of my very best friends about this subject and how I often would do prosperity assignments and rituals, and they do work. The reason why those ones didn't come to fruition the way I thought they should is because I wasn't ready for that. I would do prosperity rituals and ask for $1,000 a day in profit. At that time, if I had have received that, I would not have been able to keep up with $1,000 worth of profit a day work. It's just me doing this. I don't have the reach to be able to pay other people to help me right now. So that was a unrealistic for the moment ritual. Doesn't mean that it won't happen one day. But what it gave me is the understanding. Once I looked into it when it didn't happen, and I know that the rituals definitely work, because all rituals are is changing your mindset, putting you in a place to do the things you need to do to get that. It took some time for me, almost all of 2020, to realize that those rituals were definitely needed and valid and helped push me up on the vibration scale. But if I had received $1,000 in orders when I asked for that, I would now be so burnt out, one, or I would have destroyed my business reputation because I wouldn't have been able to do that. And you see that happen a lot in business where businesses really grow really fast, but they're not able to keep up with the demand. It burns their reputation. My spirit team and guides and ancestors knew that I wasn't ready for that, so they didn't give me that. But what they did do is show me how. When it was time for those masks, when I was making all of those masks, and I was making very large profits every day, but I was working 15 hours a day at it, which meant I wasn't spending time with my children, I wasn't exercising, I wasn't able to prepare proper meals, and for me, those were things that weren't worth the money. So they said, see, you think you're ready for this? You're not. Corona gave me that opportunity to be able to provide people with masks, and I'm very grateful for that. I was able to do a lot of great things with that money. But if I had have continued to get that, I was not able. I had to literally retake a class. I'm in college. I had to retake a class because I didn't have time to do the work at all. I recognized then, okay, that's a very high goal. They gave me a taste of it, and then I set a better goal, something that was more realistic for where we are. And I wanted to share with you that sometimes it's not that you don't get what you're asking for, it's you're not prepared for it. We have women that ask to be married, they want to be a wife, but then look up the duties of a wife. Are you ready for that? Or do you just want to be booed up? And that's okay if that's what you want, then ask for that. A man that has his own place and you have your own, and you all don't share responsibilities. But because if you marry someone, you then have a responsibility to fill the duties that this world deems for the wife, and you may not want to do that. So maybe you're asking for this husband, but you're not ready for it, perhaps. We say that we want to lose weight, and we do the things, and we do the rituals, and we meditate and on it, but we're not ready to give up Twinkies. Well, you can't have both. The Twinkies are just not going to allow you to lose the weight because it doesn't function with your body. So you should be able to eat what you want and exercise, but that's like taking a non-diesel car and putting diesel fuel in it. It's no good for it. So when you put poor quality gas with lots of trash in your vehicle, you tear that car up. Your body is just like that vehicle. When you put poor quality food in it, you tear your body up. So it's better for you to say, okay, I'm meditating on this weight loss, and then eat the foods that will help bring that to pass. The same with the vehicle. You say, I want a luxury vehicle, but are you able to care for that vehicle? Are you able to keep up the maintenance? If you want to play, you got to be able to pay. I once owned a Mercedes R350, and I was in a good financial position, thank the Lord, because that car, they give you two schedules, Schedule A and Schedule B. So twice a year the car needs to be serviced. Well, it was $600 every time you go service it, period. That does all of the things with it. Not to mention, if the car needs a part, they were expensive. So I wanted that luxury vehicle, and I thank, the heavens, Divine Mother, everybody that loves me, the team, for allowing me the monies to be able to afford to upkeep that, because that's the big part about it. Can I upkeep it? So I was able to get it. What I wanted to really just in a nutshell share with you is it's wonderful to have all of these desires, but qualify yourself for those desires so that you not only can have them, but you can maintain them without a high level of stress. Because you can indeed have, do, and be whatever it is you want to do, be, and have on this planet if you are willing to qualify yourself for it, to prepare for it, to plan for it, and to admit where you might need some help from somebody else to help you get to that level. The next download that came to me was about the situation we're in on a whole and the energy. A lot of people are suffering financially right now because people are suffering financially right now. The energy of financial frustration is in the air. So if you are breathing in that energy, you are going to come into contact with financial struggle. But there are people who refuse to accept financial struggle, and those people are not struggling. I was on YouTube listening to Kawasaki, I think is his last name, forgive me if I'm wrong, but he's a really powerful, Robert is his first name, but he was talking about how during the financial crash of 2008, he earned millions because he refused to let the panic of the people and the finances make him think that there wasn't abundance and enough, because there's always abundance and enough. So he turned his television off. He turned off his social media. He had a plan, and he just worked his plan without knowing anything that was going on so that he wasn't attached to the fear. Well, that's my next step. I'm not going to attach my stuff to the fear, because there's just too much out here in the world for me to have, for me to decide that, yes, everybody is struggling financially, so I'm going to be a part of that everybody. No, I've decided that I'm not going to be a part of that everybody, that I'm going to flourish financially by trusting and believing that there is plenty of money out there. I'm not going to buy into the doom and gloom when the world is coming to an end. And if the Republicans don't get back in office, everything's going to end because they're going to blow it up, or the Democrats are going to fuck everything up. I don't do political parties because from my perspective, they are same. Neither party really gives a damn about the so-called American people. It's very clear because we're looking at them really fighting over giving us $2,000, yet they want $87 million for furniture. If that's not telling you you're not important, I don't know what else to tell you. So while we're out here fighting one another over red and blue, they are sitting on very comfortable sofas doing nothing. So perhaps we should stop all of that and really come together and recognize that we can do more together than we can apart. And if you are a racist, you should be able to be a racist, but there should be a place for you and your racist people. Like, you all take a few states and y'all just racist it on up. And people who recognize that they don't want to live in that form of vibration should be able to be free. I don't believe in telling anybody who they should be, because I don't need you to like me. You can be racist, you can hate black people all day divine birthright. I deserve to have just like anybody else. So you can be racist, you can hate all types of people, but you should be with people just like you, and y'all go live an amazing racist life. Okay, so that's all I wanted to share, that you are able to do, be, and have whatever it is you want to have, and that if you're waiting for anybody else to do for you, that probably isn't going to happen, but you can get help. You can get help, and you can qualify yourself. That's the biggest thing. Qualify yourself and be patient. That patient part hits us all a lot harder, because our idea of patience is usually not in line with what the universe thinks patience is. But I do believe in not giving up and that waiting for that miracle to happen, which actually isn't really a miracle if you know that you deserve it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I hope that you have an amazing end of the year. Today is a full moon, so it's a great opportunity to release that which no longer serves you. If you're not quite sure of how to do that, give me a call. I'd love to help you out, or somebody else that you might know might be able to help you out, so that you can be freer and not say things like fuck 2020, this was, so glad you're gone, because for me, saying that is borderline, what's the word when you I can't think of the word right now, but if you're a spiritual person, it probably isn't the best thing to do, to curse the energy that we brought to ourselves. But I can understand when you're in pain, you just do a lot of stuff, because I do too, but you might want to think about that when you just curse in 2020, especially if you consider yourself in any particular religion, where you all say in these religions that your God is in control of everything and loves to run around punishing people if they don't like him or her. So yeah, why are you saying anything? Because your God did it. So basically, you're saying fuck your God if you say fuck 2020, because didn't your God bring this? I'm of the mindset that we collectively brought this energy of 2020 by the negative thinking and by the negative activities that we're doing. It all whirled itself up and made itself physical, because everything has to have a physical. That's it, because I can start to ramble on and on and on, but I just wanted to share those 3 things with you. And again, have a miraculous